Good evening, Happy New Year, and thank you for joining us for this special episode of the show. Business PNG has always been about showcasing SMEs and inspiring entrepreneurs, and 2016 was no different. We bring you a special episode in which we showcase some of Papua New Guinea's finest small to medium enterprises.
Watna Mori Mami Chakra. So Mami Chakra came about because I myself braid my hair quite a bit, and I noticed that I had trouble finding the kind of hair that I wanted here, in the colors that I wanted, with the texture that I wanted. So I decided that, it was something that I could look into, maybe creating a range of hair targeted at not just PNG women, but Pacific women, so Melanesian women primarily. We currently employ just 2 people. So we have a stylist, her name is Michelle, and we have a sales representative, her name is Aliana. So they are at our shop, which is in downtown. It's in level 2 ANG house, and we're located inside Yoshi's Clothing, which is a family business also. So so if you come by to Yoshi's Clothing, you can shop for clothes, and you can also find your hair with us. Currently, we have our own range has has 6 products. We have the Sia braid, the Jumbo and the Congo Jumbo, the Mali, the Joy Crochet, and the Lizzie Curls. So there are 6 products. We also have a Mami Chakra Hair Essentials line. We've released 1 product so far in that line, and that's the Shea Butter. And it's basically organic hair products targeted at natural hair. We also have a range of weave-ons. They're not our product, but we bring them in, and we're a supplier. So we've just started. It's a fairly new venture for us, so we're still learning a lot. But basically, it involved finding a supplier and developing the product with the supplier. Then there was developing sort of the packaging with someone else, and liaising with the supplier to get the product packaged, and then bringing it in. So we had to import it, which had some challenges of its own, learning about customs and clearance and that sort of thing. So we had a bit of a hold up with that here because of some issues that we've now learned how to deal with for our next shipment. So that's the process we had to go through to bring the hair here, and then finding a shop space and outlet to operate from. We tried to do it just online initially, but we realized we also needed a space to operate from, and thankfully Yoshi's Clothing was able to provide us a space to operate from. I believe our fastest selling items are the Lizzie Curl and the Mali. So the Lizzie Curls is a crochet style, and the Mali can be used for single braiding, and you can also crochet it. So I'm wearing the Mali right now, so that's in a crochet style, but you can also do twists with it. Before, one of the main impediments was actually securing the funding to import hair. So it's very difficult. It was very difficult for us to get a loan for for the amount of hair that we wanted to bring in. So for us to bring in our own range, we had to hit minimum orders with our supplier, and then to hit those minimum orders, you're ordering quite a bit of stock. So we did visit NDB and that sort of thing to find out what our options were. We weren't able to get loans with them at that stage. It's something that we can do at least 6 months down the line. That's what we've been advised. But we were able to source funding from family and friends. So that's how we did it. Mostly family. One of our greatest costs would be rental for the space that we have, and so we are lucky in terms of we're operating within our family business. So the rental is not as high for a prime location, but that would be one of the greatest costs. So we're slowly building up. So for example, we don't have the proper equipment yet for our salon. So we're targeting retailing the hair products, and if clients choose to do their hair with us, they do so. But we're aiming to expand into providing a proper salon with all the equipment and the range of services that are required. I believe Mami Chakra stands out from the rest because it's a product that's developed by PNG women who know what PNG women want from their hair products. So it's not something that we entered into lightly. So there was a lot of discussion about the fibers of the hair that we wanted, the colors, and what sort of packaging we were looking at to hit our target audience. So there was a lot of thought that went into it. So that's, I believe, what makes Mami Chakra stand out. We really value or pride ourselves on the quality of the hair products we're selling. So far, our main medium has been social media. We'd like to get into mainstream media, but I think that's something that will slowly come with more sales. So it's quite expensive. So that's another cost, I suppose, is advertising is quite costly in PNG. So newspaper or magazines, that sort of thing is quite expensive. So we're looking towards that, and hopefully we can get more advertising in the next few months. Encouragement would be to, if you have a dream, to pursue it, and it is quite difficult in PNG. I know we have a lot of stuff in the media and from government and from banks saying that they support SMEs, and there's a push to support SMEs, and it's true, it's out there, but it's very difficult to actually access those services. So a lot of the groundwork has to be done by yourself, and if you're lucky to have family and friends that are able to help you out, that's actually how it starts, and then you can probably access the formal processes for funding and that sort of thing. But it's not something that's easily accessible still. There are the SME policies, but I don't believe they're easily accessible for the average Papua New Guinean right now.
Hi, I'm Leka Frank. I am the country lead.
Hi, I'm Richard Bana. I'm the marketing manager.
Hi, I'm Justine Mills. I'm a director, and we're from
PNG Job Seek.
PNG Job Seek. PNG Job Seek. Let the job find you.
Well, how I went about setting up PNG Job Seek, well, I've been in recruitment 25 years, worked in recruitment in PNG for about 8 years, and saw that there was a gap in the market for an internet job board here in Papua New Guinea, and in particular an internet job board that was linked to mobile phones. Everyone in Papua New Guinea's got a mobile phone, so I thought about trying to set up a job board that would permit job seekers to be able to search and apply for jobs anywhere, anytime using their mobile. At PNG Job Seek, we've got 6 staff at the moment, and pretty much we're a very small business, so everyone pretty much has to do everything. We've got myself, who wears every hat. I've got Richard, who's a marketing manager, Lekka's country lead. We've got admin staff, we've got a marketing coordinator, we've also got contractors that we use when we need.
Very simple. How a company can come on board and start advertising jobs on our online job board. Firstly, a company can register online by themselves, or if not, they can call us and we simply register them on their behalf to advertise jobs. They go on to buying subscriptions or a single advert, and then they can simply post a job. How we go about advertising a PNG Job Seek to make it known to the general public about our operations is simply word of mouth, through campaigns at bigger shopping malls, as well as going out to tertiary institutions, telling students who are being trained ready for employment on how to come and register as a job seeker and upload your CV and start applying and searching for jobs via mobile phones, because our online job board is linked to the mobile network, so make it easy for them to search and apply through mobile phones.
And also success stories. Happy employers spread the word about how great PNG Job Seek is. So the more successful and the greater results that our employers get, the more employers we have using our job board. How long a placement takes? Well, it varies from position to position, employer to employer. For example, if it's a position that there is a large talent pool who will link to the job board, for example an admin position, straight away that position could almost be placed in the day. Because if an administration job is listed on the job board, straight away they'll probably have 80 applicants who will apply very promptly to that job. If it's a job for an environmental scientist, for example, there are only so many environmental scientists who are currently linked to our job board, so the talent pool who would apply for that, the numbers would be down. Well, some of the challenges that PNG Job Seek faces at the moment is probably that we charge to advertise on our job board, because we have significant recruitment tools that are built into our job board that separate it from all other job boards. Other job boards operating in Papua New Guinea are free, and they operate largely as the same medium as a newspaper. Our job board's different in that applicants can apply directly to our job board. They can send their CV into our job board. Employers can then go into their account and actually application track, so they can approve and reject candidates via their account in our job board. They can send SMSs out to and emails out to candidates who are in the job board. It permits them to operate the whole recruitment program paperlessly. And our cost base is, for our costs to advertise on our job board, you can have 5 ads on PNG Job Seek compared to 1 quarter-page ad in a newspaper. The biggest expenses we run as a small business in Papua New Guinea is the same that every small business opera has. Salaries, rent, marketing. They're our greatest cost problems that we face, and it's the same as every business. And again, the only way that we can face that and to continue is for us to be more successful and have more money coming in. Are we thinking of expanding? Well, the thing is for PNG Job Seek at the moment, we're Internet Job Board, so we reach every single province in Papua New Guinea. We have candidates who are applying to us for applying to jobs on our job board from all over the world. We have an Android and we have an iPhone app, so we have even applicants that are coming in from whether it be Asia, whether it be any part in Australasia. So from the point of view of expanding, it will just be our sites, and we've actually set up a new office at Pacific Place. We've got also an office in Brisbane.
With PNG Job Seek, we ensure that we try to get the companies to talk about the cost effectiveness of the job board, and with some of the jobs being advertised, there may be some, especially with the skill set like technical roles. We need to go out to the papers. So what happens is we advise the employers to at least have some jobs advertised and referring the job seekers to the job board. And that's when that's what we did for Holiday Inn Express when we first launched. We got them to advertise in the job board on the papers and referred the job seekers to the job board, and we got so many hits for that. I would like to encourage employers to start using the job board because it's very cost effective. You can use it as it becomes the social media side of advertising. You can have that reach, like especially for employers who are wishing to, especially for government departments who are using the paper, they can have a wider reach if they use both print and the online job board.
Jules Collins from Jules Collins Jewellery. I'm a jewellery designer and maker. I studied at COFA in Sydney, and I'm also a gemologist. I've done diamond technology, and I'm a jewellery valuer with the New South Wales Jewellery Valuers Council. I'm originally from Goroka, was born in Goroka, and we lived outside of Mount Hagen. And after having a jewellery shop in Sydney for the last 22 years, I've decided to come back to where I was from originally. And so I have pretty much brought my shop from Sydney all the way up to Port Moresby. I went straight from school and went to COFA, which is part of New South Wales University in Sydney, and I studied jewellery design and making. I particularly loved the designing side of things. I went out and worked for a couple of years for other people, but decided I didn't want to work for anyone else, so I threw caution to the wind and I started at the markets in Sydney originally. It's for the first 3 years, and then I opened my first shop on Oxford Street, and then after 12 years of being in Paddington, I decided to move into the Sydney's CBD, so I moved into a little boutique underneath the Sofitel Wentworth Hotel in Phillip Street in the city. I had a shop there for quite a few years as well, right up until pretty much before I came up to Port Moresby to open my shop. I've loved doing the designing, and in fact I've created a range particularly for PNG of my own design. I've always wanted to come back to PNG, and so I guess I was getting to the stage where I was either going to stay in Sydney forever or come back to PNG, so I decided to come back to PNG, and I've already found Kate, who's a fantastic sales girl. So Kate has just started this week as well. I'd also like to get a PNG jewellery workshop sort of happening as well, so that I can make and finish off pieces up here in PNG. Hopefully all going to plan. You know, I'll have quite a production sort of going hopefully in the next 6 months to a year, depending on how long it takes me to sort of pull everything together. So one of the biggest issues is security. You definitely need to be very aware of where all your jewellery is, and making sure that you keep a regular stock take on everything. Of course, everything to do with jewellery though is quite expensive, because you know you've got your precious metals of your sterling silver and your gold, plus insurance is expensive. Finding great staff who are reliable and trustworthy is always very hard. And I've also hopefully got some ranges which are affordable to everybody. My more range from Australia, which is perfumes and body creams, lip balms, this type of thing. Some of the soaps and the lip balms start at 25 kina, so I think that's a great price range to sort of bring everybody in. And then, going up to engagement rings is, quite an expensive purchase for people. So I'll hopefully have a little bit of a range for everybody. Because I'm a designer, I'm very happy to sort of sit down and design something up within a couple of hours for somebody if they want a special piece. We can usually make things up hopefully within 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how complicated the piece is. And with my PNG range, I've started with just quite a small range that I've designed so far. I've done billums, I've done Goroka baskets, I've done village life, which has got some of the animals and some of the huts and things like that. I've got beautiful birds of paradise, of course, but I've done a completely different range, all of my own design, which is like nothing we've seen in PNG before. And I've also done beautiful reef fish for all the people that love diving and fishing in PNG, which seems to be a big group of people. Oh, and tropical. I've done a tropical range, so I've got a beautiful, pineapples and banana bunches and things like this. Beautiful palm leaves and things. So I've done a bit of a different take on sort of lush, tropical, beautiful PNG. I would say to anybody who wants to start a business, I personally think one of the main factors is to do something that you love, because I think to do it well, you're going to be spending a lot of hours in it. And so I think it's important to be well educated in what you're going to be doing and passionate about it. And I think also one of the main things I think in small business particularly is perseverance and being able to plan so that you don't just, when you've had a great day or whatever, you just don't go and sort of spend all of that money, because you can be sure that maybe the next week is going to be a quiet week. You've got to kind of plan so that you can survive through the troughs that are just inevitable, I think, in any business, the ups and the downs, to plan for each day and to sort of look into the future as well of how you want your business to go forward so you can keep growing it. But yeah, I'd definitely say the main thing is perseverance through all the good and the bad times.
And that's all we have for you tonight. Next week, Business PNG will be back for a brand new season and a brand new year. Until then, for more business news, or if you would simply like to view this episode again, visit MTV online at www.mtv.com.pg, or to join the conversation, like our page on Facebook for daily business news, or follow us on Twitter with the Twitter handle at the bottom of the screen using the hashtag BusinessPNG. Until next Tuesday, enjoy the rest of your week. I'm Michelle Bird, and this was Business PNG.